I'm sorry. Did we get into a time machine? Are we like back in time now?
It's the Newsies. All right.
Back in time. So hi everyone. Cinema Psychos here. Just wanted to let you guys know that for Pittsburgh City Paper, we have been nominated for Best Local Podcast, and we are stoked. So, thank you guys all so much for everyone who nominated us, since we are one of the nominees. But now the cool part starts, and you can vote once a day until August 18th. Brian, where can they go and vote?
Well, Elaine, they can go to vote for us at pghcitypaper.com/best of 2017.
Excellent. And they can find us under the People and Places category, and Best Local Podcast is listed in that distinction. There is a ton of stuff to vote for. We are an awesome company here in the city. I'm super flattered that we're nominated. This is effing awesome.
And Elaine, just to hit on your point there, I just want to bring it home hardcore. You can vote every day. So if you love
Once
us,
a day.
Go on there, vote for us every day. Takes a matter of seconds. Once you sign on, once you've registered on there, you can just log in each day, click on Cinema Psychos Podcast, boom, you're done. Move on with the rest of your day. Do it in the morning. Do it on your Facebook break. Do it on your phone when you're taking a dump ski. Whenever you have a moment, give us a vote.
Pretty please with whipped cream and unicorns on top.
That's right. Again, you can vote for us at pghcitypaper.com/best of 2017. This will run until August 18th, so please go out there and vote for us. Winning things like this can basically grow our podcast and bring you guys the best possible content we can.
Oh, goody, goody, here it comes.
Welcome to the Cinema Psycho Show.
You are interested in the unknown, the mysterious, the unexplainable. That is why you are here.
Oh my God, don't stop now!
With your hosts, Brian, John, and Elaine.
Welcome to the Cinema Psycho Show, the madhouse for film freaks and film fans of all types. I'm your host, Brian Coddington, joined by my fellow co-hosts and filmmakers, John and Lane Woolscroft.
Let's blow some ass.
Thunderpants.
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 It's going to be a fun episode, everybody.
It's going to be a really good episode. So should we apologize to the Harry Potter fans now? Because we're going to hashtag Harry Potter hashtags like out the wazoo with this one.
Here's the thing. They probably already know about this film. If they're like diehard Harry Potter people.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
This was like...
Once you get into a nerddom, you explore all facets of the nerddom.
I suppose, but I mean, I would consider myself a huge Harry Potter fan, and I only found out about this movie, 3 years ago? Well, no, I found it for you. Oh. And I gave it to you.
No, you bought it for me because of my love of it. Oh.
I thought that I found it, and you didn't know it existed.
No, I'm sorry to blow your...
No, I'm almost certain you had no idea what it was, and I surprised you with it, and I was like, look, it's Ron with curly hair, and it's about farts. Like, this is a slam dunk. Like, no, don't take my gift-giving prowess away from me, bro.
We're on episode 66, by the way.
Hi. we came in hot.
The sign of the great one.
hot.
That's Mary Lemieux's number, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
Pittsburghers, born and bred.
Yep. So, episode 66, and this week we're going to be talking about the quintessential, kind of questionable entry into our long-running Pantheon of Utter Shit. If you're not familiar with the concept of the Pantheon of Utter Shit, it is basically our Hall of Fame of terrible, awesomely bad movies.
And if you're not familiar, go back and watch those episodes, because you're going to love them.
There's about 65 other episodes.
Go get them.
In which we probably reference the Pantheon of Utter Shit.
Go get them.
So yeah, the entry this week is the quintessential classic, Thunderpants.
Thunderpants.
It's a movie about farts.
And it's not Fart the movie. Did you know there's a movie called Fart the movie?
I'm really not surprised by that.
What was this movie almost called, John? You told me earlier and I forgot.
The Boy Who Dealt It. that was the working title for this.
So I feel like, not to like toot my own horn. See what I did there? I feel like it's only fair to mention that when I had an interesting job not long ago where I used to write descriptions for items for a retail company online. And my favorite things that I ever did were fart jokes. because, like, I don't know, things were getting, like, real stuffy from the higher-ups, and they were like, you can't be funny, you can't do this. And I was like, cool, so I'm gonna write some fart jokes. I'll be back later. And we sold this, like, ridiculous stuffed pillow thing that was, like, a s'more. Mm-hmm. And I called it the She Who Melted Dwelt It.
That's good.
It was pretty good. It was like full of that, and then I just like gave up at one point, and there were these Pepto-Bismol pink flats, and I called them the Who-Hearted flats because they had little hearts on them. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think you'd be mentioning this stuff if you did.
Hey, I gotta say, I thought the movie would blow, but it was really a gas. Let's see how many we can.
There's gonna be so many puns,
Dude. Well,
Brian, when you take this into post, just riddle it with fart sound effects. This
is our gift to you, dear listener. If you need a ready-made drinking game, why don't you just go for it? Anytime we say fart, or anytime we make a fart joke.
Well, if you do it with the movie, apparently there are 50 farts.
Only 50.
Only 50.
It felt like more.
Well,
it felt very full.
It's a
of farts.
cacophony of farts.
You could also drink for the length of farts, because some of them are like multiple seconds.
If you did for the length of farts, you would die of alcohol poisoning, I'm pretty sure.
They're all dry farts, though.
No.
no,
yeah.
There were a couple. There were a couple wet ones where I was like,
I didn't see any wet ones. I didn't hear any wet ones there. They were all kind of dry.
There were some very liquidy farts.
There are some flappy ones, okay? Like you know that flappy noise where you know it's like the cheek blowing around. It's like wet. Yeah, see? I'm not going to try a fart noise because I'm a lady.
Well, before we get to all that, we got a little bit of a news bit, right?
I guess. It's so depressing, it's hardly better than death.
Just a little bit. John, you found this one, right?
Yes. And it seems like every year we have this, except for, every once in a blue moon, there's one summer season where something comes out that just absolutely destroys, like Avengers comes out and makes $80 quadrillion. But once again, Hollywood is in deep doo-doo because they're having a horrible, horrible season. I think, what did Variety call it? The Summer of Hell?
This is from Variety. It's called Time to Panic Inside the Movie Business's Summer of Hell. Oh, God.
I mean, like I said, isn't that what our show's about? I was telling you guys earlier, isn't that kind of the point of our show? How, like, bad all of these, like, recent movies have been?
Well, I mean, that's a segment of it. I don't think it's the whole thing, but I mean, that's what we get on, Hollywood and the studios all the time, is that they simply do not know what the fuck they're doing half the time. They're dealing with an antiquated model. That's the problem, too.
Right. That's actually exactly what I was going to say, because it's one of those things where the industry seems like it shouldn't change from what they've done before, but it absolutely has to. Mm-hmm. We have streaming services now. I mean, I just heard somebody else recently that was like, I don't like going to movies in the theater. And I was like, you fucking take that back, you monster. No, I'm just kidding. It was a friend.
No, you said that.
It was a friend who might actually hear this. It's someone who listens to the show. But they said that they're just not crazy about the experience, and I couldn't disagree more because I love going to the theater. I love the theater because it's like cold and like you can focus and the screen's real big and there's snacks. Like, fucking love the movie theater, but that's really just not how the model's set up to support things anymore.
Yeah. It really is. But this article mentions how AMC Entertainment, basically,
are they the biggest theater chain?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
I think one of them.
There was Cinemark.
The company lost 27% of its value in a matter of hours after alerting their analysts that their upcoming quarterly earnings would be worse than anticipated.
That's such code for we are fucked.
That's
right.
27% of your value. That's more than a quarter of your value. That's just gone.
That's a lot
in a couple hours.
And it's a mess too, because you know that if they had to announce it, it's been going on for so much longer than you think.
And I mean, even the thing too is now, a couple of years back it was, the 3D thing is going to cause people to go back into the theater, and it did for a little bit. But I'm even seeing the novelty of that wearing off.
Well, people are pulling back from that too, because I saw just a quick headline, and I don't have much. I apologize to back this up, but I saw a quick headline that said, it was like a quippy headline, like IMAX realizes that nobody wants to see a 3D movie or something like that, where the novelty's gone, and they're really not producing, films in IMAX 3D anymore.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's such a departure from when we thought this was going to be amazing. When Christopher Nolan did the Batman movies that he did in that format.
Well, I mean, he's still doing IMAX. He didn't do IMAX 3D.
Right. But I mean, for him to film an IMAX, I think IMAX is stepping back from the camera usage, from it being filmed in that, exclusively, that sort of thing.
Well, that's, I mean, Nolan bragged about that, but there's only a couple of shots in the movie, and I actually hate that he filmed anything in IMAX because the aspect ratio is different than the rest of the movie.
It is.
What are you doing, you dildo?
John, did you just call Christopher Nolan a dildo?
Look, I'm not saying he's the most overrated director working today.
Oh my God! Do I need to get out the tape? Are we adding somebody to your wall?
No. I
He's been
Nolan.
on the wall.
he's just overrated.
I mean, I agree he is slightly overrated, but I mean, I think that the whole idea of the IMAX technology, when that seemed so fresh at the time, I think that's an interesting departure, because when they filmed The Dark Knight Rises here in Pittsburgh, the idea that he was bringing those cameras with him, I mean, that was amazing. It seemed like a leap in the technology, but truly, I mean, the idea of the movie business is a super outdated model. And if you look at what's really thriving, it's original content on streaming devices. I mean, and I don't want to see anything happen to the movie theater. I don't, but I mean,
I think there's a place for it. I think with everything, there's a place for it. But I think what the movie industry has to do is, one, and I mentioned this before the show, Hollywood does not like to realize that they are doing things wrong. They never do. And honestly, most people don't like to realize that they're doing something wrong. Trying to analyze yourself and analyze your faults is the hardest thing to do. And realize that the way you've been doing things is not working anymore. So they've got that. What they'll probably do is blame piracy because that's an easy target. It's easier to go blame the group of people who... It's becoming smaller and smaller. It's not becoming bigger. That pirate movies, pirate TV shows, do all that stuff, because of the streaming services we have. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cost much to get Netflix. It doesn't cost much to get Amazon.
Especially if you just do the streaming versions of those things. I mean, if you have Prime, Amazon anyway, it's included. And I mean, what is a streaming subscriction now? $10 on Netflix?
Yeah. So, I mean...
Well, Christ, HBO Go is what, $9? Yeah. It's super affordable. It's cheaper than cable.
Yeah. And there's the thing, is will there always be people out there who pirate? Absolutely, because there was piracy before there was the internet.
Right.
Okay? So you're not going to get rid of it, and you should really quit blaming it, because the more time and energy and resources they take in blaming pirates, they're taking away from trying to deal with their own fucking problems, which is they're an outdated model. They have to change their windowing strategy. I've said that for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
That the process of windowing, which is basically making certain times for when you release certain things in certain medium. Mm-hmm. So you maybe have 2 months for their 4-walled, and then, 3 or 4 months later you do DVD, and then 3 or 4 months later you do VOD. All that stuff has to go out the window, because you can go on Netflix now and watch a movie instantly. Mm-hmm. And that's where the audience is at. And they really just got to get back to making original fucking movies.
Exactly. I mean, we keep saying that, to put story over profit. You can't just keep slinging garbage at people and expect it to make you money.
Guys, there's a lot of issues, but I mean, I think the simplest one is they made a big pile of crap this summer.
They did.
Well, that's what we're saying. I mean,
you got to run down on the crap list?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Let's go down the crap list.
So, what the fuck, August?
Let's mention... Let's mention literally the only highlight of the entire summer for people, Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start positive. Wonder Woman was a success. It was a good movie, made money. Spider-Man Homecoming, forgettable. The Mummy.
Oh, the
God.
Tom Cruise Mummy.
See this nightmare?
Oh my God. Listeners, if you saw it, please tell us. Please send us a lovely tweet about how terrible it was.
The 9th Pirates of the Caribbean movie, or 10th or 12th, I can't remember.
Wasn't it the 5th?
Probably.
I lose track.
Okay.
They made a 4th one?
They did.
Okay. The Dark Tower, which, should be, it's based on 8 really amazing books.
Is that
Should
even
be
come
good.
out yet?
Yeah, it did.
It should be good.
It got terrible reviews.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroyed by critics. They made another
It
Transformers
made less than
movie.
20 million.
Yeah.
And it's opening weekend.
They made another Transformers movie because...
Because, fuck you,
Because why not?
And then Alien Covenant,
Terrible.
which was horrible. I sat through the theater watching Michael Fassbender trying to have sex with himself.
Yeah, dude, I did not go on that excursion since we didn't have to watch it for the show. I was like, cool, you have fun.
Yeah, we probably will eventually.
Baywatch.
I forgot about Baywatch. Oh, Dwayne Johnson, you disappoint me.
The thing is, if you're going to make an ironic movie of something that's already ironic, that doesn't work. Cars 3, which failed. I thought Despicable Me 3 would probably make good money. I don't think it did.
It actually wasn't too bad of a movie. I saw it with my stepkids. It wasn't too bad.
Well, that's understandable. You have kids.
There's King Arthur. Does anybody remember that?
It was
that
out
even
for
came
exactly 4 minutes in theaters, and then they pulled it.
The Emoji Movie. These are the movies that came out.
And I know we always, reference the fact that like the pinnacle of a movie's success or failure should not be on the Rotten Tomatoes rating, but isn't it like 0%? Like that's pretty impressive.
That was pretty bad. I mean, I don't know if it's Pixels level bad.
Oh, do you guys remember Snatched? It came out like right around the time Guardians did.
Oh, the sequel to Snatch?
No, was it the sequel to Snatch?
No, it's the Goldie Hawn.
God, with Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
Yeah, Amy Schumer.
I have thoughts when I like drive around and I'm alone, and I was like, well,
as we all do.
Well, usually when John and I are in the car together, we're always talking.
Yeah.
I mean, neither of us really knows how to be quiet. But when I was in the car the other day, I was like, I'm utterly past Amy Schumer. She was funny for like 4 minutes. I think a lot of people are, and I'm just done. She's just not original.
I don't mind Amy Schumer. But I think she's kind of
No, I'm not a fan. I just like, I don't know. I was just like driving and I was like, fuck Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer just made Lane's Wall.
She did. No, I'm just kidding. You're not on the wall, Amy, but just like use your powers for good, not evil.
But then you also had Valerian, which I heard that was supposed to be really good.
Really, I had one friend that said it was terrible.
I like Luc Besson, so I mean, and I know he's struggled with American audiences because he comes at it from a European perspective of filmmaking. It's
hard to like bridge
and
sometimes.
Like he loves doing these big opening, big epic, CGI films, and it just seems like American audiences just aren't into it.
Okay.
At all.
Gotcha.
Because he had the same problem with Lucy.
Yeah, that's true.
I just did a rough count here. I think there's only 4 films here that are not based on, or they're not a sequel or reboot or based on something else out of like the 30. Now, that's not even every movie that came out this summer, but 4 for 30.
That's horrible.
And
that's a horrible average.
And then think of the stuff you're seeing on Netflix and Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, the programming is getting
Handmaid's
so good.
Tale. You guys watch Handmaid's Tale?
Not yet, but I heard it's amazing. That's
it's
Hulu,
good
right?
stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Looks amazing. I love the book.
You got Handmaid's Tale. You've got, what the fuck is coming out? Mindhunter, which is coming out this fall.
Oh, nice.
It was filmed in Pittsburgh. Huh?
Sorry, I have a serious question for any of our audience that actually watches Mozart in the Jungle, because I see that advertised everywhere.
What is
I don't know a
Mozart in the
single human
Jungle?
being that's ever seen it.
Oh,
so if
just
you
like
watch it, please let us know.
Always when we're on Prime, right? It's just like the ads for Bosch. You always see the ad for Bosch.
Yeah,
on
nobody
Prime.
watches Bosch.
My mom does. Suck it, John.
I don't know what the fuck Bosch is.
It's a detective like crime thriller thing.
Okay.
It's again original programming.
Okay.
Well, a lot of it too is that they people today want to devour as much content as fast as possible.
The binge.
So like all Stranger Things came out, you can watch every episode at once. Unlike
and it's more
regular
content,
cable or something,
or instead of a regular form movie. I mean, a movie's only 2 hours. People seem to want longer form stories. I mean, that's why the whole
they want longer form, but they want it in digestible bits,
right? Because that's why, the mini series is doing so amazingly well now. I mean, there's a lot of buzz right now for Jessica Biel's The Sinner.
I was watching
12 episodes, I think.
I was watching Manhunt.
Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Sure.
Really good. Paul Bettany's in that.
Oh, really?
And Sam Worthington.
Nice.
And Jeffrey Dahmer. He plays, not Jeffrey Dahmer, he plays Ted Kaczynski.
Really?
The Unabomber.
Oh, the Unabomber,
yeah.
Interesting.
You wouldn't think Paul Bettany, of all people, English actor, would play
horribly albino.
the Unabomber.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean...
But he comes off real creepy, though.
I mean, I get creepy, but... Yeah. No, I think it's more of a format that people are used to. They want a little bit more, of an overall volume of content, but like you said, in digestible, bingeable bits, the way that we consume media. And I think it's fascinating the way that it's changing and evolving. I mean, almost on a monthly basis, but it's really moving towards this format, where we can get it. I mean, it's always been in the past, I would say 10 years, the movie industry's dying, but it's weird that it's been so slow when it's something that really is happening. I mean, I know like people say like, oh, millennials are killing print books when we actually buy more print books than anyone and we actually read more than any other generation. Yeah. But, the movie theater business is, I think, in big trouble,
I think the way that they solve this problem is by, I hate to say it, turning to nostalgia and a combination of indie films. If you think about it, think of how, so we have Row House Cinema in Pittsburgh, and they've been doing a series of midnight screenings of movies, and they've been selling the fuck out.
Right, because people want to see, because who would pass up the opportunity to see a film that they loved that they were too young to see in the theater? Yeah. Like, that's novel. That's, like, novelty, Yeah. That's what they're selling. And, two, they have awesome handmade treats. You can get beer right there. Like, it's... Are you
courting Row House as a sponsor?
Dude,
Row House free tickets.
Dude, I would do anything Row House asked me to do if I could just like hang out, like, and eat the Yummylicious cookies and have a beer. Like, they are awesome. Well, and two, even something like the
Row House
Hollywood.
Cinema, that's in Lawrenceville, isn't it?
Yeah. They're like really great. No,
and very affordable tickets.
But too, I went to, speaking of affordable tickets, I went to the Hollywood last night. Yep. I saw The Little Hours with a friend, and ticket was like $8, if that. I got a coffee with it, and it was like $3. So I was there, refreshments and movie for $10. Like, and two, that's a movie that, the big guys aren't going to carry.
No, but that's what I'm saying is I think that the future of theatrical productions, that are done four-walled is specialized. So you're appealing to a niche audience. You're also making it more of an event. Mm-hmm. You're not just getting the movie and you go home. That's the problem is if you don't have anything to go with it, be it commentary, be it, the type of stuff you get with the Rooms screening that sold out. I really want to see.
I know they always sell out.
But that's what I'm saying is it's an event. You're making it more than just a movie. You almost kind of balance the line between seeing a movie and going to almost like a play or anything like that. If you start to do that, then the theaters will be fine because they're offering something you can't just get on your phone or in your living room.
Right. Well, and think about what we're saying too. We're asking for, either niche novelty kinds of events or, independent films. That's what we want. That's what the theater seems to be for. I would be curious to know with the novelty aspect how AMC does ticket sales wise with the like the Rewind movies that they play. Yeah. Because like John and I went, we go to a ton, but like we went to the one where they played like both Batmans, like
I went to
Batman
the
Returns.
one where they played Batman and it was packed.
It was awesome because it was like I never had the opportunity to see this as a kid on the big screen because Batman wasn't marketed to me. It wasn't my thing. But to see it on the big screen, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny going all the way back to episode 1. Half the theater cleared out for Batman Returns. Like,
yeah, that's true.
I'm only here for the '89 Batman, and then only half the theater was there for Batman Returns.
Yeah.
But that a big problem with Hollywood now is I've heard this from a few insiders, not like I don't know anybody online, but they say that they used to have different ways to decide what would be a big hit. Like if Cary Grant was in a movie, it was going to be a hit. Like that, when it was the star system, that's how they judged it. And they've done it in the past on genre, and they've done it, on all kinds of different things. They literally, Hollywood's saying now they have no way of determining what any original topic will be a hit anymore. Like it doesn't matter if George Clooney's in it, or it doesn't matter if it's based on this or that. So basically they just rely now on what was a hit that we can remarket and reproduce. Like what can we remake or make a sequel of, or soft reboot or soft sequel boot.
That's just called being lazy.
Well, it's the only way
it's fucking
the
lazy.
only way they feel they can make money anymore because they don't want to take a big chance.
Because again, it's an industry, and they're doing things the way that they've always been done.
But that's just lazy.
Of course,
that's
it is.
Literally, you're relying on there already being a fan base there.
Hey,
to
I didn't say you weren't
it.
right. It's bullshit. I agree, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, all right. So,
But R.I.P. Hollywood. We'll miss doing this show when you're dead.
We'll become TV psychos.
TV Psycho.
Perfect. Streaming
Yeah.
psychos.
Streaming
we'll do
psychos.
streaming psychos.
So.
Can we do that though for real? Like, and do like Stranger Things because I love it.
Maybe we'll do that.
Sweet.
Something along those
Around the
lines.
holidays.
Perfect. So, all right. So, that was like kind of our news bit. At least nobody like tangible died this time. We'll throw it to our friends at the Epicast Network. And when we come back, guys, we're going to have a pretty cool discussion about this crazy ass movie about a boy who farts. Stay tuned.
Hey, yo, I'm Ed Bailey. I'm here with
Dave Bracey.
and we are the Drinking Partners Podcast on Epicast Network. Fucked it up. Make sure you check us out, man. We got the Comedy Fuel, which is really supposed to be beer fueled comedy podcast, but
Craft Fuel Beer Potter. Craft Beer Fuel Pot. Motherfucker,
right.
man. I'm gonna have to write that down.
What up? Craft Fuel
Hold on,
Beer
hold on.
Podcast.
Yeah, Craft Fuel.
Craft
Fuel.
Brew Filled
Craft Beer Fuel Podcast.
Okay. Craft Beer Fuel Comedy. Those are not 4 words that you say normally. All right. Craft Brew. You knew that I was gonna fuck up. You knew it. Craft Beer Fuel Comedy Podcast. All right, so Craft Beer Fuel Comedy Podcast on.
You can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us at partnerspod on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Libsyn under Drinking Partners.
Yo, if you ain't heard and if you don't know, Drinking Partners is the crew, Epicast is the family. Make sure you check us out, man.
And we're back. That was a message from our friends over at the Epicast Network, specifically the Drinking Partners Podcast, a fellow nominee for the Best in the Berg. I shouldn't mention that.
No.
It's okay. Just, if you love us more, which you
Yeah.
should, just vote for us instead.
Yeah. But definitely check them out at the epicastnetwork.com. So this week's episode is, again, as mentioned before, on the quintessential classic, another entry into our Pantheon of Utter Shut, Thunderpants.
Thunderpants.
And I mean, finally, a movie that lives up to the title of this particular type of show that we do, Pantheon of Shit. Or it should be Pantheon of Farts. Wet farts.
Thoughts.
But yeah, this is a movie about a fat little English boy with a Mo Howard haircut who can't stop farting, and how it just affects his life, his everyday life. And spoiler alert, he ends the movie in space. How the fuck do we get there? We'll tell you.
Yeah. it wouldn't be a kid's movie if it didn't have bullying, farts, and space. Yeah. And murder.
And
there's
green.
murder in this.
Child murder.
Child
as well.
murder.
Or attempted child
murder, actual murder. They say ass in this. Like, England's got a very weird way of making
Well,
kids
to them,
movies.
it's not as much of a swear. Like, they say arse and ass. And actually, in Britain, like, fuck isn't really that big of a deal. If you say bloody over there, you're like, whoa!
I think, isn't, like, wanker a big deal over there?
Is
like,
that one I'm not familiar
I think that's the one. Or bollocks.
We got some fans in England, right?
Bollocks is maybe my favorite British curse word.
Bollocks.
hey, English fans, like, if we ask any questions, just give us some answers in your delightful accents.
Yeah. See,
That was so demeaning.
That was really, really demeaning.
No, I find it charming.
Yeah. So,
your scones and your bad teeth.
John, you want to give us a synopsis of this movie?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I stated, this little boy can't stop farting, and he's narrating his whole life, which is weird because he's remembering things when he was a baby. So deal with that. So it starts with his birth, and we're all in the delivery room. Apparently, Conan O'Brien's the delivery doctor for
Something
some
like
reason.
that. Yeah.
He looks just like Conan. It's amazing.
And she's pushing, but she can't seem to get the baby out. And I guessing, did it look like he was building up a fart in the womb?
That's what
he
we're
was.
supposed to get.
Yeah.
May we talk about the special effects, by the way, for like the
my
sonogram? They were
God.
absolutely magical.
Do you want to talk about the wiggly fake baby doll that they had
Oh, the
flying around?
doll, guys. The doll. Like, that was like the first thing you see.
Slow down. Why is there a doll? Well, it's because when he farts, he comes shooting out of his mother's vagina, which would just leave it in just shredded. No wonder his mom hates him.
Farts wouldn't shred a vagina.
I mean, to literally just rip out of a vagina like that?
Listen, the kids' farts are jet propellant, okay?
You guys know that they stretch a little, though, right?
Jet propellant.
Well, the perineum, I'm sure, ripped, but it probably went straight to the butthole after he ripped right out of there. And then
the double fart was caused by that.
The doctor catches him basket style, like, put your hands up, dude, and catch that baby.
Well,
like,
maybe you don't want to poke his eye out.
This is what happens when you play like the wrong football in England. You don't know how to catch, you know? So
the wrong football in England. You're such an asshole. We lost all of our English listeners just now. They all tuned out the minute you mentioned that.
I'm not listening to this anymore. Put the tea on. I'm frazzled. Anyways, so that's when he says everything goes awry, because then the baby farts and then everybody in the room is about to die of asphyxiation, because not only does he fart all the time, but apparently it can like kill a moose.
It's like the worst smelling fart.
Ironically,
of all
this was
time.
John's first problem with the movie, because he was like, not every fart smells. Come on. He's like, they don't all smell.
Well, the thing is, you would have to have food and bacteria in your system for the farts to smell. Sometimes it's just air.
Well, there's definitely like backup in your system when you're born. I know, because I changed a child's first diaper. It's like tar. It was a horror show.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But then we kind of get his life at home. The parents are trying to sleep. The baby monitor's going off with farts.
Mm-hmm. His dad can't stand farts.
Yeah, his dad is slowly losing his mind. And they put this tube, tie this tube to his butt that goes out the window like an air conditioning unit.
Oh, that wasn't the best one. The best one was the first attempt, because that was the second attempt. The first attempt by the dad was when he took a garbage bag and wrapped it around the lower half of the kid, and all you see is this slowly inflating bag of nothing but farts, and
you should put a baby in a plastic bag,
and a
for
precariously placed pair of scissors
near the baby that pops the giant bag of farts, and you hear this boom, wakes up the mom. Dad's pretty much just fucked up by all the smell. He's in traction.
Traction.
And then
he does it too.
Yeah, in the window, the tube breaks free, lands in Dad's face. He can't move because he's in cats.
Yeah,
and the baby just blows one in his face, and he's like, "Well, fuck this! I'm out of here," and abandons the family because he can't deal with the kids' farts.
Mom starts to drink more. Sister starts eating, what
beans
is it? Beans
to spite him?
Beans and toast. That's a thing. That's a thing, though. Beans and toast.
Oh yeah. Our English audience, once again, why do you guys eat such crappy food?
Hey, they think that peanut butter and jelly is crappy food.
Well, shame on you, English.
But I'm just saying, that's the thing. They got weird things. We got weird things.
They should eat our jelly. It's full of sugar. They'd love it. But and he's narrating. Then he left because of me farts. And it's like, okay, you don't know this.
No.
You were one.
That is the reason why he left, though.
Yeah. He's like, I can't deal with this abomination.
He's not going to go lie to the kid and say, "Oh, it's not you, it's me." No, it was him.
It's markedly you.
It's
you.
Is most it's you and your giant farts.
Yeah. So the kid goes to school, and almost like it's a Pink Floyd music video. Like, he's sitting in the middle of the room and he farts, and all the kids, like, in the choreographed circle, get up at the same time and point at him and, like, laugh, and then they start to vomit because his fart smells so bad. Like, it's so unnatural and bizarre.
I got comments about how unnatural and bizarre this movie is, so I'm going to wait till after the synopsis, but keep going.
And then he meets Alan A. Allen, who is played by Rupert Grint.
Doing his best Amelia Earnhardt impression. Was I the only one who thought that?
I didn't think about it, but now that you mention it, well, see, it's funny because if you look at the marketing for the film,
or Kate Hepburn, it could be that
looks
one
like
too.
it's true. He looks like Ron Weasley on the cover because that's how he was known, and I think that they were hoping that his notoriety would help sell the film better.
They pulled Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
We
Next
think
Generation
we're not
with
sure because I'm not sure when this was filmed because it was released in 2002. Rupert Grint would have been 14, and he does not look 14 in this movie.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it had to have been when he was like 10.
This had to have been
like he's 9 or 10 tops.
This had to have been way before Harry Potter came
Absolutely.
out.
So,
guys, as a reference point, this movie did play in theaters in the UK, but it did so poorly they rushed it to DVD.
And it was released in the UK in May of 2002. But what's amazing about it is that he has this perm. Like his hair is so
terrible.
curly. It's actually incredible, but they changed his appearance on the cover of the DVD, I think, so he'd be more recognizable because he has these big glasses and he has
fake teeth
and you know and everything. And bless him, Rupert Grint tries his damnedest in this movie, and I think he's like 10. It's very charming.
We said that multiple times. He is trying his hardest. He's not succeeding, but he's trying.
But you know,
his hardest.
I didn't see Ron Weasley, so he sort of succeeded. Like, I mean, I saw this new character that he was, you know, and that's the mark of a good actor, right?
Well, and as a point of reference to what Brian said earlier, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The New Generation starred a then unknown Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Yep.
Did so bad they just shelved it, and then both of them, basically at the same time, became huge stars. And like, well, let's get this son
That's
puppy out there.
exactly what they did.
Yeah.
And both of them were so angry because it was
furious.
terrible, you know. So, but yeah, sorry, you were doing the synopsis, but I feel like some of this like Rupert Grint stuff is really important for you to realize. He has like a side parted perm. I mean, it's awesome, and he's wearing these like dapper little like boy suits. It's so cute.
Yeah, he's a little boy genius. And the reason that he likes our flatulent hero is because he can't smell anything?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because our friend Eric can't smell.
Right.
That's the thing. I forget the word for it. It's like insomnia.
Selma on Simpsons couldn't smell any, taste or smell anything.
Really?
That's how Sideshow Bob almost killed her.
Oh, yeah.
God, you are so random with the Simpsons knowledge.
That must, you know what, that must be terrible because, like, your sense of smell has so much control over your sense of taste.
It does. And I actually have a very, like, pronounced sense of smell. I feel like I'm just going to go full bloodhound and, like, look for drugs and dead bodies if I'm ever pregnant because, you know, your sense of smell is supposed to be really, really good. Like, I swear I'd be better than a German Shepherd if I was pregnant because my sense of smell already, John makes fun of me all the time.
Well, for our audience, here's the delightful fact. When you smell something, that means it's in your nose. So, speaking of farts, if you smell a fart, that means you have poop in your nose.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Well, that's why I punch you every time you, like, fart in my direction.
I fart in your general direction.
But yeah, so, boy genius. They're friends.
Genius.
And, you know, Rupert Grint is trying to enter a flying machine contest?
Because, and this is my big thing with this movie.
Yes,
okay.
Brian?
I can't place the time period.
Why is it because everyone's in a suit and everything's fucking green? We haven't talked about that yet.
I haven't talked about that yet. I'm talking about.
Look how upset you both got.
I am talking about the fact that they've got mixed technology in this movie.
I just thought it was England.
No, that's not. That is not how England is. Okay, I watch Doctor Who. I know how it is. Okay,
our poor English audience.
I watch Doctor Who. All right, I know how it works. But I'm watching this. I'm like, okay, so you've got tube TVs. Okay, you've got modern day cameras, but you've also got 1950s, 1940s cars, and the style, like the fashion people are wearing is like 40s and 30s.
Well, there's also a space program.
And there's a space program, so that's clearly 60s. So it's like, I can't place what time period you're in. And it's the same problem I had with the 89 Batman. I couldn't place what the fuck time period it was.
I think that works for them. I think they did that on
works
purpose.
for them. They did it on purpose. This just seems like, let's just do a hodgepodge of shit. It felt a lot like Matilda.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
God-awful movie.
I like Matilda. Don't be knocking that. But I mean,
we just lost a lot of fans with my hot take on
Dude, if anyone is still sticking to us and like your caustic impressions of things, like we're doing all right. It's fine. If they're here, they're here
It
forever.
just felt like it was, let's take all these different elements from different times and throw it in a blender.
Yeah.
And just, hit frappe and call it a day. Now about the colorscape.
I mean,
oh my God. It was disgusting to watch.
It was amazing because there was like a couple scenes, in the first one they're in a hospital, which, you think is green anyway. And John and I at the exact same time in like the third scene, we were like, oh, everything's green because it's farty. I said it like the exact
First of
same
all,
time.
Farts don't have a color.
They do in like Looney Tunes
cartoons. In Looney
Yeah,
Tunes,
they're
they
like
have
green.
a color.
They're green because they smell.
But I'm just saying, like, no one knows the color of farts.
Well, you'd think they'd be brown.
You would if it's gonna be a color, it's gonna be shit colored. Okay.
Well, I just want to see the meeting. It's like, okay, art department, what are you thinking?
Brown
Should we
and
make
yellows
anything brown?
and green.
I don't know. It might be too heavy-handed, too derivative. What if we made everything baby poop green? Yes!
Johnson, you're a genius.
Literally everything. Can we paint their faces green?
No, seriously. I
It
mean,
might come off as blackface for people that don't have their TVs calibrated correctly. That's true. We don't want to seem racist, so we won't paint their faces, but everything else has to be green.
no, seriously. I mean, every piece of fabric, every wall, every piece of furniture. I mean, to the point of absurdity.
And it's not like clever green either. It's not like it's not like how the Matrix was tinted green.
Yeah, where
to
it's the
kind of
color
signify.
correction. No, this is production
This
design.
is production design. Everything is sickly yellow to green.
Art direction.
And it's just like
fart green.
Ugh.
You know.
Ugh.
Yeah, it hits you in the face.
It's amazing. Like a fart.
Literally, you could show it to your grandmother who knows nothing about film and would be like, "Why is everything green?"
Because it's farts, Grandma.
It's so distracting.
Yeah.
It is
awesome.
painfully distracting.
No, it's so fucking awesome.
But yeah,
It makes me so
the
happy.
boy genius, he's building himself a flying machine, and then
Because we don't have airplanes.
Bro, he made the pants by this
He
point.
did make the pants by this point.
You glossed over the pants.
Well, no, remember, he's having
Of
trouble
thunder.
building his flying machine and building his friend a fart containment like the Ghostbusters.
It literally does rip
It
off
really
the Ghostbusters.
looked like it so much, didn't it?
It helps him. It's a welcome distraction from his flying.
Right, but you didn't mention that he made him Thunderpants.
Well, this is where our film gets its namesake.
Yeah.
Thunderpants.
Yeah, he builds him a nice contraption. It's like a steampunk fart pants that holds in. It's a combination of like grocery bags and steampunk chastity belt.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's like that
With
rubber material.
with a lunchbox that holds all the farts.
He has a colostomy. It's a colostomy bag.
Well, did anyone notice that the material was kind of like a whoopee cushion material?
Yes.
Yeah, can we talk about Rupert Grint's crazy eyes for a minute? Because like when he presents these to Patrick, his name's Patrick Smash, by the way, the fart boy. I don't know if you even gave him a name.
They had to give him a name other than Fart Kid.
Right?
Why
But
do they not do a fart pun in here?
I mean, like, what? Patrick Toots?
Maybe his name was Flatchel and his last name was Lentz.
Yeah, it's even heavy-handed
Or
for
just
them.
like Patrick Shit.
But anyway,
I'm a poof.
but no, like, okay, you guys are done. And if anyone's still drinking, God help you. But no, like, but Rupert Grint, who I freaking love because he just seems like the anti-celebrity. He seems like such a cool dude. But his fucking crazy eyes when he comes out, Thunderpants, and he has to like talk around these insane fake teeth, and it seems like he's trying to have a German like Einstein accent. Do you know what I mean?
It's Kate Hepburn. That's
It's
exactly what it
incredible.
is.
It's everything
It's like
of
all
my wildest
over.
dreams.
It's like It's overly enunciated.
It's amazing. It's absolutely well because he probably was trying to talk around the teeth.
Like, you are not selling this the way.
Thunderpants.
The fat kid, our hero, Mr. Smash, is sitting outside waiting for his friend to build him this unbelievable contraption.
It's incredible.
And he's eating and eating and eating.
He
and
leaves a mound of trash the size of a small landfill.
it looks like Oakland in Pittsburgh here, with just all the garbage everywhere around him.
so snobby.
Sorry, Oakland, but you are a toilet.
Not all the places in Oakland.
Thank you, Brian. I
Hemingway's
love
is a nice
Oakland.
bar.
Yeah, it's a nice bar.
So Hemingway's, let me drink for free. But and then Rupert Grint comes out of the garage, and there is like he's backlit, and there's smoke, and there's a slow dolly into his face when he goes Thunderpants. Like it is an epic
And his
shot.
eyes are insane. He has these big glasses on, and like he's so happy, and like he's smiling oddly. Like, I mean, oh god, it's just so amazing. Like I just want to talk to Rupert Grint about this movie so badly. I swear to God, I wouldn't even ask a single fucking Harry Potter question if I ever met the dude. I'd be like, Thunderpants.
You'd lead with Thunderpants.
I'd be like, tell me everything. I mean, it's the only thing I'd want to talk to Keira Knightley about.
yes,
Keira
'cause
Knightley's in it.
She's in this too for
So-
a hot second.
So we'll get to her in a minute. John, please keep explaining the synopsis because you're doing a great job.
This is right around the time we get introduced to the second best opera singer in the world. Or no, they just say singer. They don't even say opera singer.
yeah, they don't
He's
even
the
singer.
second best tenor.
He is a tenor.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Sir John Osgood.
They just call him like a singer at some points.
Well,
Like,
they
it's so
kind of
baffling.
go in and out. Like I know when they first introduce him, they say he's the second best tenor.
And do you guys get like the number 2 thing? Like,
Yeah,
where they,
get it?
like,
Oh, got it. It's super funny.
And at first, it seems like his character is completely useless because he's singing for like the school children when our hero just unbelievably just bust ass in the middle of his performance, as he always does. And his like teacher in front of the whole school just calls him like a vile, disgusting, like subhuman.
Oh yeah,
in front of like all the children. Once again, English people, do your teachers like just break you down like that? Please let us know.
Interesting to note, the opera singer is played by Simon Callow, who you may remember him as Gadby from Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
That's who John was like, oh my God, he's from Ace Ventura.
Gadby.
Yeah, so he has his Thunderpants, and then of course he's bullied, and you know, as you happen in those movies, because he farts all the time.
By another Harry Potter actor, too.
Mm-hmm. Is that Dursley?
No.
No, it's Josh Herdman. Or Herdman.
But they do what I thought was a very disturbing scene where they, after his fart box blows up in the kid's face and there's green powder on his face.
Again, more green.
More green. They, like, rip his clothes off and crucify him on the playground.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I mean, kids are mean.
Children's movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a children's movie, too. That's the thing. This is not an adult film. This is a children's film.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I was just looking up Josh Herdman, who we didn't mention it, but he plays Goyle.
That's right.
In the Harry Potter films. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's an MMA fighter now, and I just felt like that was really important to tell you both.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He is a big guy. I thought that was very fascinating. Sorry. That's all I
I'm
wanted.
surprised that, I mean, MMA is kind of not like the WWE where you have storylines and shit like that, so I'm surprised no one's coming and be like, I know you were in Thunderpants. You like farts. Yeah. Let's roll, bro.
You know, well, like, is it MMA or is it the other one where they like shit themselves sometimes?
UFC. MMA.
What?
Yeah, they shit themselves sometimes. Have you never seen videos?
I've
oh
never
my God.
seen.
You're not living your best YouTube life, clearly. Clearly.
Well, for our audience who is wrestling fans, apparently Sid Vicious shit himself in the main event of WrestleMania 13. And he was wrestling. And he wrestles The Undertaker in this match.
Oh, God.
Who, when he does his Tombstone Piledriver's finisher, puts his butt, because he flips a guy like right in front of his own face. So Sid has just dumped himself, and to finish the match, The Undertaker's got a big old brown box of Sid Vicious dump right below his nose. And it's like, that's when you know The Undertaker is a consummate professional, that he still put him up for the Tombstone Piledriver, knowing he's got a sack full of hate there.
Oh, I'm sure The Undertaker's taken a shit at least once or twice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know.
They used to haze each other because they would give you X-Lax, like if you were a new wrestler, so you'd be out there wrestling and just shitting your ass, you know.
Go. Getting off topic.
Yeah, what? Oh, but, you know, so...
Shit's still kind of on topic, though.
So, yeah, our little boy hero is down in the dumps.
And he keeps saying, it was the worst day of my life.
Ever.
Yeah.
That's a reoccurring thing.
He literally
catchphrase.
says it 70 times in the movie. It's ridiculous.
It's a catchphrase. And then Rupert Grint has the ingenious idea that his farts can power the flying machine. Because not only does this kid fart, he has a mutant power. He's an abomination of
He's
God.
a metahuman.
Yeah. Like, his farts can break glass. They can blow people across the room.
Well, it's
cause tremors.
It's revealed that he has two stomachs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How did they not know this before he was this age?
No idea.
Yeah.
Had he never been to the doctor
that
before?
That part bugged me. It's like, he's like, what, gotta be 11, 12 years old?
I think he's 10. I think he's supposed to be 10.
And you're telling me that his alcoholic mother never took him to go to get a physical or
she's too busy
x-rays or anything like that, and seeing the two stomachs? Like, that's kind of standard procedure, right?
Yeah. No, she's a terrible mother.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, his farts end up powering the flying machine, and they win the contest.
Hovercraft, not really a flying machine.
It's pretty cool looking,
because he's basically sitting on a toilet on the ship and just farting. He's like, "Come on, you can do it." Alan is like, "You have to keep farting." Because he stops farting a little bit, and the thing starts to like fall towards the ground, and he's like, "You have to fart some more," and just starts unleashing more farts, and they win the big competition, which causes randomly Alan to disappear. and he doesn't know.
Done.
Yeah, he gets into a black limo, and nobody tells him where Alan went or why he left.
Dude, I'm sorry to stop you, but we haven't talked about my favorite part yet.
Okay.
Paul Giamatti.
We haven't gotten. We've sort of gotten.
He's been following them.
Yes.
Paul Giamatti was there before the Thunderpants.
That's right. The United States government has been following them because now. Something to be known, there is a NASA probe. Or like
It's not really NASA. It's some sort of fake NASA.
United States Space Station or space.
Yeah, and it was
something.
like Project Icarus or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just NASA's in trouble. Run by Ned Beatty, who is in charge of NASA, because Ned Beatty, I guess, needed a paycheck to pay off his boat. I don't know.
I guess so.
But yeah, so that's going on in the background, and apparently the fat little, hero of this movie who
Can you
farts all
stop
the time.
calling him fat? Like, he has different, unique traits.
Yes, he farts,
He
and
wears
he
the
wears-
same striped shirt. Like,
All
don't
right.
call him a
His-
fat little
the
kid.
striped
He's a
shirt, penis haircut, and farting
Call
kid.
him farty. That's fine. Just like, we're calling him fat.
With a thyroid problem.
You big bully.
He wants to be an astronaut, which, they're in an airtight container. You shouldn't be farting all the time in. But
I've seen Rocket Man. I know how it works.
yeah, so he wants to be an astronaut. So that's like his big dream, and he wants Rupert Grint to help him, see his big dream come to fruition. And then Rupert Grint disappears.
I want to be a spaceman.
And he's so sad that he rips a fart that is a musical note.
Yes.
And that's
It's
where
apparently this note that's the most difficult note to reach. And I don't quite get how this works. I'm like, so let me get this straight. Like, and this is
he
where
can control the pitch and timbre of his farts.
Yeah. Well, I think he's only got one pitch and one temper.
I sing out of my arms.
But Sir John Osgood hears this.
He's back.
And he's back. And he basically kidnaps the kid.
I swear to God, we're not making this up
We're
as
not
we go.
kidding.
This is a
Yeah.
real fucking
We're not
movie.
fucking with you
The
guys.
kid gets kidnapped. Why not? And he goes on tour with Sir John Osgood looking for his buddy and performing farts for opera.
Well, let's not forget the fact that Sir John Osgood shows up to his house. The kid answers the door, Patrick, and he's like, "Hey, your farts are beautiful melodies. Do you want to travel the world with me?" And the kid goes, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "We have to leave right now." And he goes, "Okay."
Well, he knows that Alan left the country, and he's looking for Alan, so he's kind of using...
But his family never knows where he went.
his
that's
mom's
called-
a drunk, and his dad left. Who the
that's
fuck's
called
there to look
kidnapping.
for him?
Yeah.
That's
Who's
called
there to look
kidnapping.
for him? Like, that's how... They like, just write his parents out of the show at this point. Like, I mean, they write his mom completely out at this point.
I
Like,
mean,
she doesn't appear again.
Sir John Osgood tried to do weird things, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
He did.
No.
He just used him to do the
Just
fart note.
Gave him lots of food to make his farts strong. Because, that's a thing.
Bran muffins and beans.
But in this whole thing going on here, basically Sir John Osgood becomes the number one tenor in the world, and basically takes Patrick's farts for granted, and basically he sabotaged by the former number one, Mr. Placido P. Placido. I'm not kidding. That's
These
actually
names
his
are
name.
really ridiculous.
Well, because he was number one. Is that why he has P in his name?
I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
This movie is very
It's
childish.
really weird. But he I guess put some sort of, I think it's like almost like X-Lax or some shit like
what
that.
the fuck is that supposed to be? It looks
Well-
like Scope.
Well, he's trying to so nobody knows that Patrick is doing the fart note.
Yes.
They think it's this, this tenor,
Sir John.
and he's like so great, and he's, getting all this fame and accolades. And number two comes to their hotel and realizes what's going on, and Patrick even tells him what's going on. He's like, "That's a secret between me and Mr. John."
It's like,
I'm
"You're
not
a
even
fucking
lawyer,
idiot."
kid. But yeah, and then he's like, "This might do the trick," and he poisons the dude's pudding. Number one, I'm sad we don't live in Britain because pudding looks amazing. Did you see that gorgeous layered heaven? God, I
Yeah.
love dessert.
That's the only thing that tastes good over there.
So yeah, well, I think there's other stuff that tastes good.
Boiled. Yeah. Everything's boiled.
I like pork and Stilton pie. So you can't talk to me about that kind of food. The pub chip shop in the South Side is amazing. I would also shill for them. for free pies. But so like he pours, number 2 pours the stuff over the food that he knows Patrick's gonna eat, and like I wasn't sure if it was like, oh, he has the pudding on his face, or if it made him froth at the mouth later.
I think it was the pudding on his face.
That's what I thought, but we were concerned that he poisoned a child.
So Sir John is
Either way,
performing.
the child is poisoned. Like, no matter what, whether it's X-Lax or whatever.
He made him dump his
poison.
ass. It made him
the
dump
child
his
abuse in this movie is staggering.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he goes to hit the big note, and the kid just instead just dumps his ass.
Just shits
He just
everywhere.
shits himself.
Sharts his little shorts.
And the best part is it shakes loose a bolt that's holding a light rig above Placido, and it kills him.
That's not all it shook
A
loose, my
children's
friend.
movie.
Yes! Just killed.
Murder by fart, boys and girls.
Because after it hits him in the head, it cuts to a different scene, and I just turned to Lane, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if he was dead? Because I thought there's no way they would actually
he
do
was
that.
dead.
Yeah, no, he's fucking dead.
and then Patrick goes on trial for his death, and like everybody testifies about how terrible his farts are. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this trial about?
I thought at first I was watching like a dream sequence, like, we watch things and it's like it gets
kind of like
really
Christmas
bad.
Story, like how he imagines
And I
things.
thought, oh, this must just be his dream sequence. He's going to wake up. And then I realized, no, it's not. It's for real.
Well, it's insane because everybody he's ever met talks about how foul he is, and then the one guy is like, no, the screw was stripped, it was cracked, and it probably could have gone at any minute, and it had nothing to do with the fart. So you have like all these people
They
like
didn't care.
his farts, and this one
That
guy
was
like
supposed to be funny.
science,
Yeah.
and no, they find him guilty of murder by fart.
And then, you know what makes for a great children's film and comedy? Shooting a kid in the face.
Dude, I mean, I was like, okay, so like he'll be in jail and like they'll save him, whatever.
No, they fucking kill you for
put him-
farts over
They
there.
put him in front of a firing squad. Like this one, it got dark really fucking
They're going
fast.
to kill
you
this
guys.
kid for involuntary manslaughter.
I was
from his
very
farts.
concerned. I had a hard time.
And then, wouldn't you know it, somehow a car like drives in front of the firing squad. There's a car that drove into the prison,
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
guess
and
did.
Paul Giamatti gets
an
out.
American car.
Paul Giamatti.
Johnson J. Johnson is Paul Giamatti's
God
name.
damn it.
We haven't talked about Paul Giamatti enough yet.
All right, hold on. Let me explain what he's there for, and then Lynn, you can go to town on
Ready.
Mr. Giamatti.
Ready.
Yeah, he says I'm with NASA, and we need this little boy's farts. So you can't murder this child in the face with a gun. We need to take him. And
He can't murder the child in the face.
they're just like, oh, okay, sure.
he had papers.
Yeah. Could you imagine if we had like Ted Kaczynski on death row and Tony Blair comes over and says, "Doesn't matter him. We need him to help us build a birdhouse." I'm like, oh, okay. Sure. Well, let's just let you take him.
I mean, Tony Blair isn't prime minister anymore.
Well, when Ted Kaczynski was murdered.
Yeah, I mean,
John went and he gave you all the history
He did.
that you needed.
he did.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Elaine, why don't you give us your hot take on Mr.
Guys,
Giamatti?
so like I was like, is this the first movie Paul Giamatti ever did? Because I mean, I'm not infinitely familiar with the dude's career, but he had like a lot of hair and his face looked kind of young, and I was like, this can't be right. Like, what the fuck? I mean, guys, he's so bad in this movie. He's so bad. And it's not even close to the first thing he's ever done. John and I looked it up. It's like
not.
the middle of his
is.
career. And I don't understand.
I still say one of his best roles is as Pig Vomit in Private Parts.
he was good in that.
about
It was
that.
so good as Pig Vomit in Private Parts.
You know what's really sad?
shit.
In this movie, Paul Giamatti's only 4 years older than we are now.
Oh,
He's 36 when he's in this movie. But
That's
guys,
more than me.
guys, like, I mean, I just, you guys need to know that, like, you'll recognize that it's Paul Giamatti, but he's fucking terrible. And I mean, all of his lines are really bad too, which isn't really his fault. But he just, you know how like a good actor can arise above like a bad role, like. No,
Yeah, like
he's
this-
so weird.
this
He's
was-
so hard to
Here's
watch.
the thing. This was like in a run of really bad movies that Paul Giamatti was in. He was in Planet of the Apes in 2001, and then Big Fat Liar in 2002, and then he did Thunderpants
Well, I would say
and
that
Confidence.
Yeah.
And then once he did American Splendor, that's when we got like the real.
I
Paul
mean, right? I
Giamatti.
mean, he did what, that like a year later?
Well, I would say
Yeah.
The only redeeming thing about the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes is actually Paul Giamatti in that movie. He's actually pretty good as a monkey.
He is pretty good in that, but American Splendor is arguably one of his best roles. Like,
it's probably my favorite of his
for what
performances.
I mean, I don't understand how he could be this bad in this movie into American Splendor a year later.
I think I could maybe offer a guess. I think sometimes actors think because they're making a kid's movie, they have to be goofy or over the top or silly. And so I think he thinks, oh, I'm really going for it so the kids will laugh. Like, I'm really mugging, and then not realizing, no, your performance is just garbage.
Oh my God, it's like hot, salted, like...
He's probably one of our best actors, right? Working...
Paul Giamatti, I will say,
he's very good.
He did refer to this movie as one of the high points of his career.
And I want to see that interview. It was on The Tonight Show when Conan did it, right?
Yeah.
I want to hear that interview because I don't know if he's like being ironic or if like he really liked doing it for his kids or something. You know what I mean?
Really like doing it.
I don't know. I mean, did he want that like England vacation? I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, but like actors have so much money. Why can't you just go and not make Thunderpants?
Because we wouldn't have this movie.
But, oh my God, he just like salutes when you're not really like supposed to salute, and he just like his lines are really odd. Like
he wasn't given much to work with.
He calls the little kid like slugger, and it's like not natural at all. It's almost like an elephant crawled into a human suit and is trying to human.
Like, hey, I am Johnson J. Johnson.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I need you for NASA.
And he's like, I mean, and it's not like he, because he's a small guy in this movie. So, I mean, the elephant thing is the only thing alien enough to being a human that I can think of that would understandably make his behavior as such. Like, he's just so odd and like stilted. And I'm just like, was there a problem? Like, was there some kind of medication you weren't disclosing? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paul fucking Giamatti. And like, we couldn't find it in IMDb at first. And we both were like, oh my God, is he not credited? Is this like not in his thing?
Well, Keira Knightley is not credited.
She only has a single line and she's not credited in the film. But she has like awesome victory roles, which again, Brian, like what the fuck year is it? She has victory roles in her hair. That was the first thing where I was like, wait a second, what year is it? In this movie?
The movie's supposed to be taking place in, yeah. So, yeah, he's brought in to help with a secret mission in the United States.
After he's not executed, which is
after
great.
He's not executed.
No trace of his mother anywhere.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden his buddy Rupert Grint shows back up and explains to him that he was on a super secret mission because the United States government wanted to bring an 8-year-old in to help figure out how to get these astronauts back from space.
He's 9.5, John. How dare you?
Did they say his age in it?
No. I think he's like 9 or 10, though. I think they both are. But yeah, like, because there's this underlying news story that's been going on the whole time where there was a shuttle that went up, but they're in trouble now, and the situation has been getting slowly like a little bit more serious as the movie's gone on.
So now our hero is actually going to get to live his dream and be an astronaut because
a
spaceman because only his farts can power a rocket ship.
See, that's the thing. I didn't understand why he was needed. I'm like, did in this world suddenly rocket fuel just
I remember
not
them saying
exist?
something about fossil fuels, but like it didn't seem like it was dire.
He was writing the movie, the two writers of the movie, and they just had a bottle of liquor and they're just like, fuck it, it's over. Just his farts power it, whatever. Just hand him the script before I kill myself.
How much pot do you think they actually bought?
Oh, so much pot.
Well, my question is,
how much pot for the making of the script is what I want to know.
Pot is green, and they're like, dude, what if
Oh, green. Everything's green.
All right.
Whole world's green.
I feel like I'm green, man.
We sound like narcs.
And that's when they farted while they were eating. They're just like, oh my God, would it be great if we had a whole movie about farts?
Well,
dude.
Here's my question.
You should write that.
Well, here's the question. Here's the $1 million question. Did they come up with the idea of a farting kid powering a spaceship, and then they wrote a movie around that, or did they write a movie about a kid farting that ended up on a spaceship?
Well,
see, the world may never know. It's like the chicken or the egg.
Here's the interesting thing about this film, and I just see this. I saw this now because I'm looking at Wikipedia. This was directed by Pete Hewitt, who is also famous for such films as Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Which was his first film.
Yeah. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yeah, no. This guy also directed the fucking Garfield movie, so like
right after
he
Thunderpants.
can bite
And
me.
The Borrowers.
Yeah, no, this guy's
Yeah, he's pretty terrible.
Hack for Hire, I think is his name.
hack for hire. That's what his business card says.
He also wrote it.
So this was like his baby, right?
Yeah.
Like
Baby.
his fart baby.
It's fart baby.
But yeah, no, we didn't get to the part that I find the most alarming is that when
The child
Patrick
army.
gets to this like not NASA department. By the way, everything ceases being green when he goes to the US.
Yeah.
So apparently Britain is just green. I didn't know.
There's a little bit of green. A little bit of green.
Not a whole lot.
Besides,
Not as much.
besides Patrick's own outfit, like there's none. But there's this like entire subdivision of
Geodream.
not NASA that's all children scientists. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't actually know what we were doing with Project Christmas, guys. Like, is that what you were doing?
They have a
creating
child slave
tiny
army.
spies
It's
and
a-
like
yeah.
tiny scientists. And by the way, that is a really deep alias cut. And if any of you got it, you're my best friend.
Yeah, they have a child slave army.
I mean, it's just, why are there children running part of this? Like, were there not enough grown-ups that, like, knew science
Apparently,
things?
isn't it something like they said that only children were smart enough to come up with this stuff?
And it was, like, the most, I mean, obviously...
Like, I imagine that this is where the baby geniuses went after they grew up.
Do they share a universe?
They
Is that
it's
what
a
we're
shared
saying?
universe.
It's a shared universe.
They oh my god.
I can't
That's so
stand you
that's
guys.
it. That's the first shared universe film right there.
I'm done. I'm going home. I'm just leaving. I can't with either of you.
They needed to get a lot of the children actors from like the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie. And by the way, hey, Tim Allen, fuck you, dude. You know, there are not a lot of roles for little people, so don't cast children as elves. They're probably all excited, like, oh, we're going to finally get some parts. And
John.
What?
Tim Allen was in the movie. He wasn't the fucking casting
he wasn't
director.
the casting director.
I just assume Tim Allen runs everything in his movies.
No.
No, it's
You
not.
just wanted to make the Tim Allen
You
noise.
just wanted to
Don't
go
lie.
after Tim Allen. That's all it was.
Fuck Tim Allen.
Okay.
You drug mule.
John,
He is
can
a
you-
drug mule.
Can you fucking
What?
Can you fucking focus? I don't give a shit about anything
Oh.
else. Just focus.
Yeah, so-
anyway, the child army of child scientists. It's weird.
They figure out what adult scientists can't figure
Yeah, I mean,
out.
if you're in it for the fart movie, I mean, I guess you're in it for the child
Yeah.
scientists.
Wasn't there like a Latino kid that was angry and like Rupert Grint's like, slow down, Speedy. Don't get all worked up. I'm like, this is racist.
Really? I didn't catch that. I'm
he
the
tells-
first to be like, fuck that.
I'm exaggerating it, but like, yeah, he was yelling at the like Latino kid for having a hot temper.
I mean,
I don't know if I got
I don't know.
that.
That's like, I'm the first to like be offended because, you know, people are shitty, but like,
I mean, I don't
didn't
give a
catch
shit.
it. I didn't catch it, so
I
I
just-
don't know.
I didn't catch that.
I didn't know. But anyway, so
Yeah,
so
so they
then this is
figure
at
out-
the end of it. We're rescuing the spacemen.
And apparently they find out after they've locked the kid into the space capsule, there's a 50% chance it's going to blow up Challenger style, baby.
No, it's a 79% chance that it's going to do a Challenger. Like,
Oh,
way
God.
better than like there's a solid chance, and then there's the chance that this thing's going to
Doesn't
fail.
Ned
which
Beatty
is
like
more,
refer to him as a tool?
Yes, yes. He said he's a tool.
He's a tool. We're gonna use his asshole
And
as
John
a tool.
and I both laughed like assholes when he said tool because we're 5.
But yeah, so he farts and powers the ship, and what was clearly in no way stock footage of,
No, not at all.
of a ship taking off.
So bad.
Yeah, they're waiting for the word because everything goes to static, and then they hear his like singing farts, and they know that he made it. Meanwhile, they'll scrap a launch if they see a bird 1.5 miles away. But there's a 79% chance they're going to murder a
How
child.
did they get to like having Patrick in the craft when they were like, oh, 79% chance? Like, what the fuck?
But basically, the movie ends with him floating through space, and he's narrating. He's like, "You can live your dreams. You can be."
So
who
he didn't
you
even
are."
like rescue the people?
No, he did. He ended up rescuing
Then
them.
why is he floating in fucking space?
Well, he's like floating to the other spacecraft to like rescue them somehow.
Oh, okay.
So he like has to get to them, and they like fix the thing, and then they're all able to come home. It's all like in. And then they
Makes
have a
no
ticker tape
fucking-
parade.
makes
Brian,
no
did you
fucking
watch the end of the
sense.
movie? Did you see the ticker tape parade?
I did not see the ticker tape parade.
Yeah,
There's
which
a
was they
ticker
did like
tape
a
parade at
Forrest
the
Gump
end.
thing where they took like footage from like the 50s and digitally put the kid in.
I don't think they did it that way. I think they just made the footage look old.
He didn't look like the rest of the footage. though.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought it fooled my eye. But like this is another thing, like, either Britain thinks that, like, America has a parade every day, and it was, like, a cultural shift, or, like, there was just a really ambiguous sense of time again. Because they were like, and in the American style, we're celebrating with a ticker tape parade. I was like, wait, what year is it?
To give them credit, if we can find a reason to have a holiday or a parade, we're going to find a reason to have a holiday or parade.
Dude, we never go on holidays in America. We all work ourselves to death.
No. I mean, like, legit holidays. Like, we don't...
English holidays.
I'm not talking about English
vacations,
holidays.
you weirdos.
I'm talking, like, just regular holidays. Like, we'll think about, like, when we have, like, National Ice Cream Day, or those weird holidays that are kind of like, not really holidays.
I like
or
National Ice Cream Day.
I mean, I do too. But I'm just saying, like, we try to find reasons to say, oh, it's a holiday. So they're not wrong.
I see.
But we don't have the funding to do ticker tape parades.
No. Who could afford all
Yet.
the ticker tape?
Yet. God knows Donald Trump would do that. He
For
did
himself.
For himself.
Our great leader and chancellor.
A great piece of shit leader and chancellor would do his
Senator
own.
Palpatine Trump.
And then the movie, of course, has the horrible Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ending, where people only appreciate him when they find a way to use him.
And
everyone pretends that they loved him the whole time. Like, there's, like, interviews with people that he knows where, like, he's the greatest that ever lived. Like, no, you, like, tried to fuckstart his face, you childhood bully.
You tried to murder him.
Yeah,
Like,
you sexually assaulted him on the playground.
yeah, you're the, like, thing that he goes to therapy about. Like,
so
fuck you.
Nobody learns anything. There's no life lessons in this whole movie, I guess, except be okay with who you are, even if you have mutant farts that can kill a man, that can cause a tremor in the woods when you chase after them with your ass.
It's awful.
Yeah. Oh, that scene where he caused the shockwave.
Yeah.
I cracked the fuck up.
I mean, there's so much that's just, like, insane about this movie. But it was funny, though, Brian, because you said you watched it with your kids for a little bit, and they watched some of it, and they actually liked it, huh?
They did.
I mean, you have all boys, and they probably love farting.
Well, I mean, they were just kind of like I watched this this morning before work, and my stepkids came down, and they were like, what are you watching? I'm like, Thunderpants. And I'm like, is this age appropriate? And it is.
Yeah,
PG.
it's fine.
So
it's a kid's
they
movie.
were watching it, and they were like, don't turn it off. And I'm like, you don't want to watch Peppa Pig or any of the other shit? Because I can't stand that stuff. So, like, the fact they were watching a movie was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So a fun time for the whole family. John and I went through and we actually read some, like, 5-star reviews online. It was awesome. People were like, I don't know why everyone hates this movie. It's such a fun family time.
Here's the thing. I don't hate this movie.
It's just insane.
It's just really crazy.
It is really, it's
and
really weird.
But it's cute at the same time. Like, it's not, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if this is a Pantheon, but, because, like.
Oh, it's a Pantheon.
Well, typically we pick movies that are, like, really terrible.
Really appalling. Well, I mean, this one just happens to be charming.
Terrible.
It's still bad. It's still
just
bad.
the fact that it was even greenlit is,
green.
But the fact that, like, that somebody wanted to just shoot this out, just really, really give it a push, is alarming to me.
Anyone still
So
drinking?
You're telling me
You're
telling me you found it astonishing how someone might pass
the time with this movie.
Maybe toot another one out.
Maybe.
Oh, Brian, that joke was a dump.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put you on the spot, John, but just like as a beautiful capper to this wonderful episode, could you give us like a brief library of fart noises? Because like this movie had some crazy good fart foley. Crack my ass. Thank you. I just thought that'd be like the perfect capper on this beautiful episode that we did.
Shit.
So guys, Thunderpants.
And the most dangerous part's it seems so innocent.
No.
And those are the worst ones.
That's the silent.
Even more deadly, if it pops and makes no other real noise, that's going to smell like fucking death.
No, it's the ones you don't hear. The sneakers.
Not in our house.
No, those are the ones, or that's what I'm saying, like the ones you get like the, you know, that little bit, that's the ones where you want to run because it's going to get real bad. And then, of course, you're sitting there going like, I don't know where the fuck that smell's coming from. It's coming from the dog or the cat or whatever inanimate object I can find that isn't me, you know?
Just the running fart.
The crop dust.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite is when we're out in public and all of a sudden I hear John under his breath, fart. Like I didn't know. Like it didn't find me already.
Oh, great.
So, guys, I would highly recommend this
It was
movie.
awesome. It was so good.
Not everything we watch, I would suggest taking a look at. But this movie, yeah, it is baffling and charming at the same time.
It is. It's
Which, you
really
know.
funny. Maybe for the wrong reasons, but God, I laughed like the whole fucking time.
Because, like, Eraserhead's baffling, but not charming, you know, and Krista's Story's charming. Not baffling. It's very odd. You get them
mix
both. Yeah.
that you feel so many feelings.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So definitely check it out, Lane. Would you recommend
Oh my
people watch
God,
this?
yes. 10 out of 10 would toot again.
And if you find farts funny, Brian,
You got it made.
do you recommend
Yeah,
this?
I recommend this. I recommend this if you honestly, it's a Sunday and you got nothing else better to do. Watch this movie so you can say you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lane, where can they find you at on the Twitters?
You can find me on Twitter at LA_Croft. And if you want to be my friends on Goodreads, I like reading too. I'm multifaceted.
John, where can they find you?
The Unreal J-Wolves.
And you can find me at Brian Collington. I also run the Psycho Show Twitter. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, at Psycho Show. You can also find us on the Epicast Network at epicastnetwork.com. If you have a favorite movie or question you want to throw our way, you can contact us at cinemapsychoshow.com. And also make sure to vote for us
Woo woo!
for the
Get those voting
2017
fingers ready.
Best of the Berg Readers Poll for the Pittsburgh City Paper. You can vote
Brian,
for us.
did you say the 2017 Best of Pittsburgh poll?
Something like that.
Is that the 2017 Best of Pittsburgh poll?
I think so.
Yeah.
Best of Pittsburgh? Yeah, Best Podcast
City-
2017?
Best- yeah.
That you can vote for daily?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh City Paper.
Pittsburgh City Paper.
All I have to do is Google Pittsburgh City
Well,
Paper.
all you have to do is go to this address I'm just about to go talk about.
Oh, perfect.
pghcitypaper.com/best of 2017.
It's so easy.
It really is. And
You can vote every day.
You can vote every day between now and August 18th.
And you probably should, and have all your friends do it too.
Absolutely.
Get this, you only have to vote for us. You don't have to vote for everything. It takes about 2 minutes.
Though, if you would like to vote for friend of the show, Jessica Semler, she's up for Best Activist. She's literally the page after ours, so you can click to the right and vote for her too.
Or Jason Sauer.
Or Marosa Macabre.
Yeah.
So there's lots to do.
But vote for us first.
But you vote for us first. Once a day. pghcitypaper.com/best of 2017. We really want to win.
We will love you forever.
We will. And make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes. Send us a rate, send us a review. We love getting those. And catch our new episode available every Sunday.